Hi, my name is Ashley, and I am here today to open up the Young Living Premium Starter Kit with you today. But before I do that, I want to give you a little bit of background about me and why I joined Young Living and just kind of tell you my story. So, I've been in Young Living for about 2 years now, and I can honestly tell you that it has changed my life. I started out being a little bit of a non-believer in essential oils and all of the good things it can do. But now that I've been in it for about 2 years and that I've tried things myself, I can tell you 100% that there's science behind it, it works, and for me, the biggest part or effect that I've had from it is my journey with my emotions and about how I feel about myself. 2 years ago, I moved to a new area and reconnected with one of my friends, and she was doing Young Living, and she had posted about some samples and asked if anybody would be interested in trying them, and so I said, why not? So she sent me Thieves and Lemon, and I got to try those for she gave me quite a bit, so I got to try them for maybe about a week or two, and right away I noticed that I loved them. They smelled good, they seemed to make me in a better mood. I just seemed to really, I guess, be attracted to them is a good way to put it. I wasn't really quite sure why, but I just felt very uplifted when I had them around. And so she and I had decided to meet and catch up anyways, and she brought some oils and she said, hey, why don't you try smelling some of them and just see, because you tried these ones, you might like these ones too. And so I did, and I did really like them, and so I decided to join. And at the same time, since I was in a new area, I didn't know anybody. I had no community, I had no connection really to the area except for her, and even then, we hadn't talked in years. And so, for me, joining Young Living meant gaining a community and a group of people who I could communicate with and talk to and get to know and kind of build my base in a new area. And so, originally, that's why I had joined. However, for myself over the past 2 years, I have realized that I've grown so much emotionally that I couldn't even imagine where I would be without all of the work that I have done. So, Young Living overall is a health and wellness company. They have so many products. It's not just essential oils. They have food and personal care products and makeup and cleaning items and a whole cleaning line and just tons of stuff. And while I was learning about toxins and switching out the things I was using for things that are a little bit more green and clean, I was finding that I was becoming more confident, and it wasn't just me noticing, it was people at work. Because when you move, you start a new job, and when I started, I was pretty shy, and by the end of the first year, which is about a year since I'd been in Young Living, people noticed, like, I don't sit down and act quiet anymore. I don't just kind of go with the flow. I really show up, and I'm a leader now. And before, I didn't think very highly of myself. I did not have the self-confidence to speak with authority or speak with any idea that what I said it was important. But after these 2 years, I've come to grow and realize that while I may not have been self-confident in my 2 years ago Ashley, the Ashley I am today, I stand up for what I believe in, even when it's hard, even sometimes when I'm the only one. I share everything that I know because I just want so badly for others to have what I have and to feel the way I do. And while we all can't be 100% confident all the time, I find that I speak with more conviction in my voice than I would 2 years ago. And so that alone has been phenomenal and changing everything that I've done and the way that I approach life. I've also really struggled with my own self-image from a very young age. I struggled with relationships and feeling like people genuinely cared at times, and so I would purposely distance myself from people or really put up blocks so that I wouldn't get hurt. But as we all know, life is life and things happen and hurt is going to come, and when that came, I always felt it so deeply. And if you know anything about color personalities or enneagrams, Enneagrams. I'm a yellow, and I'm a 2, and so I feel so truly deeply when things like that happen. I connect to other people's emotions, and that's really what makes me good at my job, I think, is that I can connect with people emotionally and really feel what they are feeling. And so that's something I've also worked on, and I now have really come to a point in my life where, you know, I am who I am, and that's how it's going to be, and if people don't like it, that's okay, and that's not going to be any sweat off my back. That's on them. That's their own journey if they want to take that on, but there's no reason I shouldn't be confident in who I am and what I offer. And so that's a little bit of what I've gone through the last 2 years. Now I just want everyone to feel as good and connected with themselves as I do, and I can truly say that it's been the support of this community and of the starter kit oils that have really gotten me there, amongst the other oils that we have. But there's some really good tools in here that I just think everyone needs and has the ability to get through Young Living. Now, that being said, Young Living is a referral-based program, and so if you're interested in joining, whoever sent you this video, please connect with them and join through them, because that's a way to support your friend or your acquaintance or the person who invited you, and because if you are seeing this, you are more than likely on a team that I am a part of, and so we can still be friends and help each other and be there for each other. We just want to be sure that you're going with the person who got you this video. So just remember that going forward. There is a business side to Young Living too. No one is obligated to do it. It's totally by your own choice if you decide to do that. I personally decided to do the business just because I really enjoy what I do. I want everyone to know about it. I share all the time anyways, naturally, and so it just kind of comes natural once you've been doing it for a while. Again, no obligation. No one's going to be pushy. You don't have to be salesy. It's all just about recommending things that work for you, just like you would recommend a restaurant or another store or a product that you really have noticed a difference in. This is the same thing, and that's how I approach my sharing. So, again, if that's something you're interested in, please talk to the person who sent you this video, and they can get you set up on that. Now, there is so much to say about Young Living, so I'm going to try to keep it short, but one of the reasons why I chose Young Living, one was because I loved the community aspect that they have and all of the education that I've gotten, because we have so many knowledgeable people on our team that have all of this knowledge they're willing to share for free, and that to me is a huge part of why I feel I've been successful and why I understand what I'm doing and I haven't just left all the oils in this box. So that was one reason. Another is their seed to seal promise. And so when you get your starter kit, it comes in a box like this. If you actually flip it around, they have an entire little blurb about what their quality commitment is. And it's called Seed to Seal, which means that Young Living oversees the entire process from whatever area their plants are planted in, so their own farms or their partner farms, to it being bottled and shipped to you. They oversee the entire process. They know what goes into the dirt, they know how it's taken care of, they know how it's harvested, how they extract the oils, how it's tested, how it's delivered to any of the facilities that it's being bottled at, where it ends up to be shipped, all of it. They don't add anything to these oils. They just use whatever it comes from the plants. And that is important because we want to be sure we're conscious of what we're putting on, in, or even having around our home, because whatever we do, we are ingesting it, it's getting into our bodies, and we want to be sure it's helping us and not harming us. And luckily, Young Living is so transparent about that you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about any of it because they take care of it for you. And as a member, you can go to any of their farms and be a part of the harvesting. You can tour the farm, you can see how it's all bottled, how it's extracted. They have scientists that can show you all of the interesting and sometimes complex things that they can pull from essential oils and what they learn about them and all of the properties. And I, by no means, am a scientist, but you can tell when people are talking about it how passionate they are and how much they care, and that to me, a company with heart, is what matters. Another big part is the foundation. Young Living gives back to the earth, to people, and really helps take stewardship over children and supports them in ending things like exploitation and making sure they get an education and have job opportunities and that families are taken care of. There's just so much goodness in this company. I could talk about it for hours. But those things all combined make Young Living the company that it is, and that is why I trust them with my health and wellness and why I trust the products that they have. So, without further ado, let's get more into your kit. So when you order, you'll get of course, your box with all your goodies in it. And you also get a diffuser. So first I'm going to show you the diffuser. I just got the Desert Mist diffuser. This is just a little plastic cover you can take off. And then what I like to do is I like to put my finger over the top part of this and flip it over, fill it with water, and then I can come fill my diffuser with it. And this perfectly makes the amount that is held in this container. I usually put 6 to 8 drops of essential oils in, but that's just my personal preference. Some people put 4 to 6, some people put more. But usually about 8 to 10 is what I do. Then you slide this back on, and when it's plugged in, obviously you'll be able to turn it on, but you just push the power button and it'll turn on high, and you're set to go. So that's your Desert Mist diffuser that comes in your kit. Now the good stuff. So your box comes in this pretty sleeve. Hold on to it because it's a beautiful box. And then you get this nice little white box that has the nice Seed to Seal emblem, and you can open it using this magnetic tab. So you're going to go ahead and open it, and there's your nice little oils. In this little pocket, there's some information guides and some handouts if you wanted to look through that later. But we're just going to dive right into oils. So, there's a few ways that you can use essential oils. You can use them aromatically, which means in the air, diffusing them, like with your diffuser. You can use them topically on your skin, or you can use them internally. However, the FDA makes sure that you can't have one oil labeled for 3 uses. And so Young Living has an entire line called the Vitality line that's labeled for ingestion. But it's the same oil, so it's up to you, your discernment of what you feel comfortable with. But they make a line specifically for that, and that's the oils that we're going to start with. So in your starter kit, I'm just going to lift this up really quick. Comes with these ones. The ones with the white label are all Vitality oils. The ones with the colored labels are just regular aromatic and topical labels. So we're going to start with these ones on the top. So one of the first ones we have is Peppermint, and I love Peppermint. I really like to put it in my water or in my Ningxia every day, which I will explain later what that is, so don't worry. It really promotes focus for me, and also during summer, which we are in right now in Chico, and it is hot. It can help keep me cool on a summer day. It's also really great for sore muscles. So sometimes if I'm out and about and I just have my peppermint on me and I can feel like my neck is a little sore, I'll put a few drops on that, and seems to help really well. It is a little bit spicy, so if you have sensitive skin, just make sure you have a carrier oil around. Young Living has some, or you can use any organic fatty oil. I personally use Young Living's V6 oil the most. It comes with this nice little pump too, so you can use that. But again, just be careful if you have sensitive skin. Next we have lemon, which is one of the ones that I started with, and I put lemon with peppermint also in my water. It's also great at removing anything sticky, so I don't know about you, but when I buy like plates or anything for my house and that has that sticker residue on the bottom, it just drives me crazy. Lemon is a great support to get that off. It's also very detoxifying, helps move things around in your inner systems to help keep things flowing and moving and flush things out. Tastes good, smells good, just reminds me of a nice summer's day, and it's great for cleaning, like I said, with the stickiness, and then also just for the scent. With citrus oils, you do have to be careful though when you go into the sun. So if I'm doing it topically, like you can do it on your skin, it helps with that as well. So at night I can put lemon on my skin before bed, and then when I wake up in the morning I always be sure to put sunscreen on, just because it is photosensitive and you want to be sure you're protecting your skin. Another citrus oil is Citrus Fresh. It's a combination of orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, mandarin, and spearmint. And this one is great too after I've been out at the pool maybe, put it in my water, I get back in and get hydrated. It's also great for cleaning since it just smells so good and refreshing. It's great for laundry, so I wash my towels with this kind of combination with our laundry soap, and it just smells so good. I can't tell you how much I love it. Next is another blend in the Vitality line called Thieves. And Thieves has a historical story. So back long ago in biblical days, there were a group of robbers who were robbing people who were diseased or dying, and they noticed that these people never seemed to be affected by that. And so when they were caught and they were asked to reveal how they did that without, picking anything up that they were encountering, they had to divulge their secret to get a lesser sentence. And so Thieves is a blend of clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And it smells like Christmas to me. It's great for baking, so you can put it in like a bread or some type of brownies. You can put it on the bottom of your feet for a quick little immunity boost. I like to put it in my car, on a diffuser in my car, and so my car always smells nice and clean, and I know the air smells good, and it's refreshed, and not keeping anything in there that it shouldn't be. So that's Thieves. There's also an entire cleaning line based off of this oil with it infused, which is amazing and so good for your house. The last vitality oil in your starter kit is DiGase, and DiGase does quite a bit what its name implies. It helps with digestion, and this one personally for me, I like to put in a capsule intake just because it doesn't taste great to me, but you can put it in a capsule and use it internally. You can rub some on your stomach. I got better with using it after putting it on the bottom of my feet every night before bed just to help keep things moving around and keep my system up. And so that's DiGase. And now we're going to move into just the colored labels. So the first two that I'm going to go over, they have these safety caps, and because there is not a way to distinguish between synthetic wintergreen and natural wintergreen, there has to be these safety caps on there. So if you know your oils are going to be a safe place, you can replace the caps with a different one if you'd like, or just keep these on and be aware that you're going to have to push down and turn. But just so you know, there are two that come with those caps. The first oil is Raven. And so Raven, I really like to support my lungs. And when I'm working in schools and I'm going between 18 different sites for my job, that's a lot to be in the air and a lot of different environments to go into. And I always want to support my respiratory system. And I take a couple drops of this, rub it down on my ribs, near my lungs, and I also like to put it on a diffuser pad in my car too. So this one and Thieves I'll diffuse in my car while I drive to different sites, and it just makes me feel very supported and being able to take some deep breaths and know that what I'm breathing in is going to be supporting my body. It's really great for helping clear sinuses when you might be a little stuffed up or you feel a little tickle coming on. If I'm feeling that, I definitely put some on my chest at night to help me take some good cleansing breaths when I'm sleeping and help just clear out some of the gunk in there. The next one is Panaway, and I say add a little I in there and you'll understand what it's for. Panaway is my best friend after the gym. Anything that's sore or I know that I worked really hard that I'm going to need to support, I put some Panaway on. It's also great for bug bites. So I got some mosquito bites this summer, put a couple drops of Panaway on them, and itch was taken away, redness, hotness, all of that wasn't there anymore for me. And it is one that I never want to run out of, but sometimes I do just because I forget to refill it. And it's a great support if you have an active lifestyle. Also with signing, because I teach sign language and I communicate with sign language, my fingers can sometimes get swollen or sore. It's really great support for that too. Next is lavender. Now, a lot of people already know about lavender, but I will say that lavender is one of the most produced essential oils in the world, but there is 3 times as much essential oil of lavender than is actually planted and grown, and so you have to be really careful about the kind of lavender you use and where you're getting it from. Luckily, like we said earlier, Young Living has that seed to seal, and so we know what's in here is all natural lavender oil. So, I love lavender. I like to put it in my lemonade or wash my sheets in it so that my bed smells like lavender when I get in it. That's the best. It's also great for little cuts and scrapes. So lavender is good for your skin and helping it, not repair, but kind of rejuvenate it. And so when you put it on a burn or a scar, it helps it get healed a little bit quicker, that I've noticed. And it's really great for your skin to help with redness. So when I first started, I had some really rosy cheeks, and so I used lavender and frankincense actually, and that really helped my skin and helped kind of mellow out the tones. And so now it's not as red. I don't know if you can tell in this video, but it's not as red. It's really honestly great for anything. Helps with calming your moods. It's a great one to help settle into bed. Like I said, that's why I use mine when I wash my sheets and stuff. But lavender is a great little Swiss Army knife for oils. So equivalent of that, I guess. Next is frankincense. I love frankincense. So frankincense was brought to baby Jesus. It's mentioned in the Bible many times, and it has a really earthy smell to me. And when I smell frankincense, which is a big emotional support oil, I just feel like I can feel calm wash over me. I can feel really settled. If you want to do some more research on frankincense and the health benefits, definitely look it up. It has some good brain support, so sometimes I'll just take some frankincense and put it on my head and just rub it in, or put it in my hair and rub it in. It's also really great just to use internally. There's a white label for this one, so it's great for internal use as well. Again, look up all those health benefits, and it's just an overall great oil. I can't tell you more, all the things, but look up all the things because there are so many. Last one on the top row, or on the top layer here, is Valor. And I saved Valor for last because Valor is all-encompassing, I feel like. It is confidence in a bottle for me. So as a teacher, you would think that I'm confident speaking in front of people all the time. Not the case. I do a lot of presentations in my job. I talk to big groups of people a lot, and Valor is always my go-to when I'm getting in front of a crowd. I feel settled and way more confident in what I'm speaking about when I have it on. I feel grounded and centered, and like I have the ability to just kind of bring myself back in and focus on the task at hand rather than allowing all my worry to kind of spin me out of control. I am a constant worrier, so I'm recovering from that, and Valor really helps me in that and bringing my focus back to what I need to do and speaking with conviction, like I said. So that's Valor. So that's the first part of your box. Now, if you look in there, there's a little ribbon at the bottom. You want to grab that and pull it out. And this turns into a nice little display, and it has the Seed to Seal commitment on the back. It talks about sourcing, science, and standards. So if you wanted to read through those, you can. And if you wanted to use it as a nice little display, all you do is you take this little Velcro dot here, connect it to the one across, and now you have a nice little stand so all your oils are out so that you know what you're picking out. And they don't stay in your box. That's the most important thing, is that they don't stay in the box. So, under that, there's another little panel with a ribbon. Go ahead and grab that and take it out. And now you see you have even more goodies in the bottom. So, let's go through some of these now. Number one is this Thieves hand sanitizer. You may get this bottle or you may get some of these packets depending on when you watch this video or when you've ordered. It's the same product, just packaged differently because these bottles might be hard to get, but you'll get 10 to make the same amount that's in this bottle. And this smells amazing, and it is so good for your hands. So this one's labeled as a hand purifier. It's basically a way to help clean your hands. It has aloe in it, so it actually hydrates your hands. It doesn't dry them out like other hand sanitizers. And it uses peppermint as its cleaning agent, and so it doesn't have that alcohol-based smell or feel. And it has a combination of all the things, of course, in Thieves, because it's a Thieves hand sanitizer. But this is great to keep on your purse. I do it like after I use anything in the public bathrooms, if I'm out and about and maybe I touch something sticky, I just take, you don't even need that much, you just take like a little drop, and then you can just rub it all over. A little goes a long way. and it smells good, so you're getting the benefits of the oils and you have clean hands, so always good. It's also great on the fly if you're traveling and you forget your deodorant. I've used this before actually, and it doesn't burn or anything, and so it's a good little alternative if you're out and about and you don't have deodorant, or if you're out to put some on. This is a great alternative. Can't believe I just admitted that. Next, you'll get some Thieves Spray. So this is another one that I like to just drop in my purse and take out and about with me. I can spray it on shopping carts. I can spray it in my car. I can spray it on something that maybe I bought and I want to use right away, but I don't have time to go home and wash it down. I'll use some of this on it. I've actually used this at home too, so if I'm moving and I've already packed all my cleaning stuff and I needed just to clean something really quick, I grab this. Again, all the Thieves oils because it's a Thieves product. And yeah, just don't leave this out in the sun. That's my only, because it's plastic, you want to be sure that you're keeping it kind of cool. Now on the bottom you have 2 bonus oils. So these are 2 that I think are staples in almost everyone's home because their names apply everything and they do exactly as they're labeled, at least for me. And they support a lot of calming feelings at home. And so the first one is Stress Away. And this one I really, really, really like in the bath. I combine it with some Epsom salts and I just sit in there and soak for a little while. And I feel like it's just a way to kind of rejuvenate. Every Sunday night I do that before a work week, just to go into it with a really sound, clear mind. And it gives me the ability to take some time for myself, which I know that often teachers or parents and moms don't get a chance to do. So for 20 minutes, I take my time just for me to be and to take a calm breath, and it really changes the way that I approach my week. Next is Peace and Calming, and this one I love putting on before bed. I put it on my wrist sometimes, put it on my chest, on my feet. Sometimes even if I'm out at work and I'm feeling really stressed or overwhelmed, I'll take a few drops and put it on my fingers and I'll just rub it into my temples. And that seems to really help me be able to go from a really heightened emotional state and kind of cool myself down a little bit more quickly than I can on my own sometimes. Peace and Calming is a great blend of tangerine, orange, ylang-ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. And so Peace and Calming has this nice kind of green color. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it has a nice kind of green color. Valor also is one that has a deep blue color. It's really pretty. And that's because of the blue tansy in it. But it smells amazing, does what its name implies. I'm all for it. With that, you do get two roller balls. So you get one of the roller tops for the essential oil bottles, and then you also get a black top that will screw on top. And so what you do with these ones, I'm going to show you with Peace and Calming, because that's one of my go-tos for the roller tops. I dropped it. So I'm just going to take the bottle, I'm going to unscrew the cap, and you notice it has that plastic cap on top. So you're going to put the cap back on, just rest it on, and then you're going to tilt it to the side. Just going to pull the plastic up. So there, that's off. Now I just have the exposed top. So now I take the roller top, just drop it in there. Take your black screw top for the roller bottle, screw it on really tight, then undo it, and now it's in a roller top. And then I can just roll it right on my skin. And I can just leave it like that. And now I always have this one to take with me on the go. This is a really good, easy way to just roll it on when you're out and about. I also do this with Panaway. So when I'm out at the gym and I just finish, I do it right away, even before I get in the shower, because I have to drive home to get them to kind of rest and relax before I hop in the shower. Or if I am showering at the gym, I'll shower at the gym and then put that on right away. And then let's say the bottle's empty, or you're ready to reuse it for another oil. You just unscrew the top like usual. Do the same thing, rest it, tip to one side to pull it off. Take your bottle cap from before. You can place the plastic part on there and push it down just a little bit. I just normally leave it in the cap and push down and screw the top back on. Make it nice and tight, make sure it doesn't come off. And voila, you're back to having the dropper top. Alrighty, and last but not least, the last thing in your box is Ningxia Red. So Ningxia is a whole berry puree that is full of antioxidants. It's from the Ningxia wolfberry that's found in Ningxia province in China. And that's an area of China where many people live to be over 100. And Ningxia is so powerful and full of antioxidants, it doesn't take much to get the benefits. And so this little packet is a 2-ounce serving packet. This is really all you need every day. But if you are looking to get a little bit more benefit from it, I have a little bit of a testimony on this one. So I've been on a health kick, obviously, with all the oils and supplements and everything that we have available for Young Living, and I've been trying to lose weight. And I hit a plateau a couple weeks ago, and we had learned about the benefits of Ningxia and getting all those nutrients in our body and really helping support a healthy weight and blood sugar management. And so one of the things that was recommended to us by a speaker was to take it 3 times a day at 8, 10, and 2. And so I decided I plateaued in my weight loss. I want to try it, see how it goes, see what benefits it has. And in 2 weeks of just adding in 2 more servings of Ningxia a day, so doing it at that 8, 10, and 2 time, I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. And so this is a huge support for my health and wellness. Also helps provide some mental clarity. If I'm feeling a little foggy, I'll pick one of these up or take a little glass of Ningxia, mix it with some water. Really, really, really good for your body and helping recovery too. So I use this after workouts sometimes if I work out in the morning, just to get my body working and recovering a little bit quicker. I've noticed that when I'm using it, like I said, mental clarity. So if I'm on a long drive, these come with me. They also come in bigger bottles so that you can keep them at home, but these are really good for on the go. And since I drive a lot for work and I'm traveling a lot, this is super helpful. So that is your kit, and I wanted to be sure again to remind you to talk to the person who got you this video, and if you are interested in joining, talking to them about that. And this is just one of the starter kits. There's many others. And if you have any questions, please ask the person who sent you this, or you can always reach out to me if you've already joined and you're just watching this as a refresher. I'm always happy to connect with people on social media, so you can follow me on Instagram, it's AshJLove, or you can find me on Facebook and in our groups that we're a part of. And I'm really excited for you on this health and wellness journey, and welcome to our community. I'm excited to get to know you, and I hope that you love your oils as much as I do, and I hope to chat with you soon.